What's the deal, baby? Y'all know it is the big boss out, boss dog K Poe through the door. Here to talk this boxing, man. So look, man, we talking about Ryan Garcia. We're talking about his win against Luke Campbell. First and foremost, congratulations to Ryan Garcia. That second round, you know what I mean? Chin was in the air. I mean, his chin was in the air for majority of the fight. But great win. I mean, he said he was gonna win, and he won. He didn't get him out of there in the time he guaranteed that he was gonna get him out of there. I think he said the first 3 rounds he was gonna get Luke Campbell out of there, and he was the one that looked like he was gonna be out of there. Just being real, man. But Ryan Garcia, he looked fast, you know. I expected him to beat Luke Campbell. I'm not really sold on these British fighters, you know what I mean? I'm just not, man. The only one that I can say is decent is Anthony Joshua. And even him, I'm kind of iffy about, you know what I mean? Because he don't really get in there with, with killers, in my opinion. When he got in there with a killer, he lost, you know what I mean? And even when he rematched him, it was kind of iffy, you know what I mean? He just kind of like, it was smart. He just boxed him, you know what I mean? But Ryan Garcia did what he was supposed to do. He did. He came out with the victory. Stopped Luke Campbell to the body. It's a hell of a body shot. I actually saw a video where him and Canelo was working on that, on the uppercut bag, and he was working on throwing that shot. So for him to get in there and actually carry it out and do it, that was impressive. You know, you have to tilt your hat to a guy like that who really did phenomenal work. You know what I mean? He did a great job at doing what he was doing. Taking something from training and actually doing it in a fight. I gotta give him his props. But after the fight, he says he want to fight Tank. And I'm gonna give my honest opinion on that. I'm gonna give 2 perspectives. So I'm gonna give from my perspective, and then an overall boxing fan perspective. From my perspective, I don't think he should make that fight next. I feel like he still got a couple of more fights. I feel like he still needs to work on some things defensively and technique-wise. He's fast, but and that's one of his flaws. He throws every shot fast. You know what I mean? So a guy like Tank gonna time you, especially if you throwing everything is fast. Everything is fast. Everything is hard. Only reason I can talk about that because I'm a puncher. You know what I mean? So when I first started boxing, guys that were on my level, I was getting them out of there and sparring because I had power. But when I started sparring guys and fighting guys who had more experience, they were able to time me because, I'm throwing every punch hard. Same speed, same amount of force, so they was able to time me. You get what I mean? And that's what I think is going to happen with Ryan Garcia if he gets in if he fights Tank right now. You know what I mean? I feel like he has to learn to pace himself. He has to learn to set stuff up. He has to learn how to not throw the same shot twice. Give different looks. If you're going to throw the same shot, make it look like you're going to throw something else and come back with that shot. You know what I mean? So, I just don't think he's ready right now. That's my opinion. From a boxing fan perspective, make the damn fight. Make the damn fight. I would love to see it. I would love to see it next. You know what I'm saying? If it's on pay-per-view, 9 times out of 10 it's going to be on pay-per-view, and Tank's the A side, so it's most likely going to be on Showtime or Fox. I'll watch it. You know what I mean? But I feel like right now, Tank can stop him. Tank can stop him. Ryan Garcia, if they fight right now, I still feel like Tank will beat him. I still feel like Tank can stop him. Ryan Garcia got too many flaws, chin in the air, all that. I mean, I respect him for being confident. But right now, you're not ready. You know what I mean? But, and you know, he has Devin Haney, who's on the same network as him, who he can fight. You know, that's an easier fight to make. But I don't like using that context of the size of the street thing. You know, but that's reality. I mean, he can make a Devin Haney fight. Actually, that's a good fight stylistically, because of the style matchup. Devin Haney doesn't have a lot of power. He doesn't have a lot of power. And but he's sharp. He's fast. Ryan Garcia, I would say, will be more powerful than Devin Haney. You know, he's fast and he got more power than Devin Haney. So that'd be a fight I could see Ryan Garcia possibly. He might be able to beat Devin Haney. But Tank, I don't know. Especially like the stuff I've seen from Ryan Garcia with his chin being in the air and stuff like that. I don't see that fight manifesting well for him. That's very real. I mean, Ryan might get stretched if they fight next. Now, if they fight later on, Ryan Garcia kind of patches up some things defensively. Because even his team, his coach was like, hey, I mean, this was like earlier in 2020, I think in the summertime. His Eddie Reynoso was like, man, dude not ready, man. He need a couple more fights. Canelo just said recently, I would like to see Ryan Garcia fight a couple of more fights. So, I get it. Ryan is confident. Ryan believes in himself, and you should. But right now, it's not the time to fight Tank. You know what I mean? Sure up some things defensively, you know. I would like to see Ryan Garcia fight like a Jorge Linares or Javier Fortuna. You know, fights like that. You know what I mean? That those fights, I feel like those are tough tests, you know, but you can learn, especially against like a Jorge Linares, you know, tough guy. I mean, I think Jorge Linares knocked down Lomachenko. I think Jorge Linares knocked down Luke Campbell too. He beat Luke Campbell, so he's a tall order. It's not gonna be an easy fight. Javier Fortuna, same thing, tough fighter. So I would like to see Ryan Garcia like kind of build himself up a little more as far as with his skill. As far as selling the fight, he has that. But as far as skill on the defensive side and even offensively, I feel like if he fights those fights could prepare him for the Tank fight. You get what I mean? As far as him, because Jorge Linares is no slouch. He's a tough fighter. You get what I mean? I think he's Argentinian. So they tough, man. And I feel like, man, you're going to have to come with it. You're going to have to be on your P's and Q's against those two fighters. You know what I mean? So, but no Tank next. No Tank. No Tank, man. No Tank. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I mean, like I say, man, for boxing, hey, make the fight. Make the fight. But in my opinion, not right now. I just said what I said and did what I did. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gone.